Stop killing bandits, they are victims too, Sheikh Gumi. Popular Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi has said killing bandits will only worsen the security situation in the country. He stated these during an interview with The Punch on the efforts to rescue kidnapped pupils of Tegina Islamic School, Niger State. The victims had demanded 200 million naira from the victims' parents, which was later reduced to 100. They are pricing ransom. Wow. It was later reduced to 150 million naira. Gumi said despite efforts to get the pupils out, the bandits were adamant in their financial demand. He said, but we are trying to talk sense into them, that these are just innocent school children. We don't even have any idea of the condition of the children. We are just saying that these are young children trying to study and they did nothing wrong. So why are you trying to make dirty money from their families? This actually proves to be to the nation that bandits are not really indoctrinated. They are just looking for money. And I think this is a good prognosis. Honestly, sometimes it's really hard to listen to his chain of reasoning, but we're gonna have to soak it in and move because this is very, very... I highly disagree with this, but let's continue. They are not targeting a religion. They are not ideologists. Which are difficult to deal with. We should not forget that they are not educated, formally or informally. They're just going about with cattle, and suddenly they found a lucrative way of making money. It is not an excuse. Absolutely not. Why? Because there's a South, okay? I'm not saying that there isn't any banditry in the South. I'm not saying that there aren't any kidnappers, but it is not an excuse. The country's bad. Listen, people are going through a lot, okay? We are also, even if you have money and you're rich in the country, you can't even enjoy your money. So there's absolutely no excuse for you to feel like kidnapping children and demanding ransom and make it a national issue. Do you understand how bad this is? When, if you compare it to the South and compare when banditry was made a national issue, it wasn't the story of Evans. And even with that, I mean, it was a shocking story because this man was using high-tech methods and high-tech technology. As in, it wasn't just basic kidnapping here, listen, there are levels to this thing. I'm not saying that, okay, fine, the South is better at certain things that are illegal or whatever, but I'm just saying that for you to make this whole thing a national issue, and now we're focusing on you as well as Boko Haram and all that, it's just unnecessary. And it's like, again, what I'm saying is not an excuse, because when it comes to the South and when it comes to these kind of things, if it is being made a national issue, it's more likely an international issue. And the fact that we have billionaires out of this, I mean, Chris Evans, I think, apparently, I am not sure, but these people were making mad money, and the way in which they carried out their operations had to do with, high tech and, lucrative and innovative methods, in which it's actually really sad, because we're like, these brains could be used to do something else for the country, but that's just what it is. So yeah, it's not an excuse, okay? We're all suffering in the country, so the excuse and the logical reason of, oh yeah, because the country is sad, they're looking for lucrative ways to make money. I mean, calm down. And again, you are advocating for them. I mean, I don't understand. It's in a country like this that we have people like Sheikh Gumi who have a say and who are popular and who are not asked to speak, but they speak, and it's just like, you're not necessary, because then you say that they're uneducated people, and there's some who are vulnerable to actually think that you are right. So yeah, it to me just does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. It does not make sense. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, but with good engagement, education, and enticement like jobs and other things, they will leave this work. It's so sad that we have this conversation, and I think when we get so personal about it, and when we enter into the topic of ethnicity and where we're from, we just forget one common thing that joins us all together. No culture, no values, no, it's not that. It's the government, okay? Let's be straight to the point. I think the government, it's a cycle. It's a cycle of us just talking and not doing anything, and that has led to us always unintentionally absolving the government from things. Not that we absolve them, but we tend to exclude them out of this conversation because we get so deep in our tribes and passion and sentiments, all that, which is fine. But when we have a body that is obliged, that is forced, that has no choice and has to deal with the issues, no matter that they have their sentiments or they prefer this region over this region, they are actually obliged to deal with situations like this. It is the government. And I think for a long time, I don't know how the government has been doing it, but I guess, we also enable it as well. When it comes to things like this, we are the ones, we look at ourselves first rather than looking at the government first. Even though, yes, we should introspect and be like, as a society, we do certain things wrong. However, it's just like when the conversation is getting so pointless, where the only thing that can actually make a change is the government, and that is what we should focus on. But then again, we can get distracted and we just don't talk about it. So yeah, I don't know why this man is always advocating for them. Imagine advocating for criminals, and it's not even a thing of, okay, fine, let us arrest these people, put them where they belong, and then look for ways to solve it. You are trying to absolve the criminals as well. It doesn't make sense. But then again, how can you compare this? Because again, you have people out. You have people like Issa Pantamim in government, where they have links with terrorists and and they are pushing for NINs and tracking methods and understanding who has technology in the country. And it's like, in a normal country, that man will be fired with immediate effect. I'm not saying that every other country in the world is amazing, but when it comes to things like that, even if they had an agenda, they will not try and make it public. That's what I'm saying. That is all. It's just all that I'm saying. Let's look at the comment. Somebody says this man is doing too much damage to the security of Nigeria and the government is treating him with kid gloves. Insane claims. This self-proclaimed mafia messenger should explain to a serious government his relationship with bandits. I guess he's getting his cuts. I mean, it's very suspicious. Why is it you? Why are you the bandit expert? When it comes to banditry, you are number one. For some reason, you're their brand ambassador. You know what they're thinking. You know their needs. You know their wants. You know their likes. You know their dislikes. You are demanding for them what the government should give to them. You are always speaking their mind. You are defending them. Why is it always you? The bandits themselves, they never come out. When something happens, it's always you. They never come out and articulate what they want to the government directly, like Boko Haram. I mean, those ones, they have guts, okay, and they will do that. But then every time when it comes to these bandits, you are the ones always coming to talk. Don't they have mouths? Do they not have mouths? Can they not communicate for themselves? Can they not directly address the government and be like, we want this from you? Why are you their spokesperson? But it's so suspicious. I mean, at this point, the government wouldn't question him. I mean, again, it's hard sometimes to use a sane and logical chain of reasoning to a country as insane as Nigeria. That is what it is. Put what you think about this in the comment section below. And do not forget to like and subscribe.